Okay. Good evening. It is, Thursday night. I'm hoping that this is on. Just let me know in the comments that you can hear me. Because I muted the mic, then I turned it off. I just want to make sure technically that we're good to go. But it looks like it is working. But wanted to hop on real quick just to give you a quick update on what's going on as we head more into the overnight tonight and into tomorrow. There's been a small change in our severe chances going into Friday. We're now adding a very small risk for strong thunderstorms as we head into early Friday morning. So, this is going to be what we're looking at. What we've got on screen here, we've got a line that is starting to push through St. Louis. And notice up here in Illinois, we've got a couple tornado warnings, or at least one. There it is there, just south of Springfield, south and east of Springfield. I'm going to put this on just an hour loop so it's a little more current. So that is what we have going on up in Illinois. So this is going to be the same line. Thanks, Gail, for the confirmation. I was still hoping everyone could hear me, but just needed that confirmation. So we've got a line that is to our west here. We've got a couple rounds that we're going to be talking about. The first one coming in tomorrow morning, overnight really, and into early tomorrow morning. Unfortunately, it's going to be around the time that a lot of us are going to work, kids are at the bus stop, and there's going to be people on the roads. It does not look to be a big threat for us. I do want to preface by saying that this does not look to be a very big event for us here, but it is something that we need to keep our eye on as we head through the overnight hours. So here's that first batch that is coming through. And over the last couple of hours, we've been watching this line and some of the more current models and short-term models that have been coming in have been hinting at a little more activity with this early line coming through. So the way it is looking right now, this may end up being our main event as we go into tomorrow morning. So this line that I just highlighted here should be reaching us at least Middle Tennessee by the time we get to about 1, 2 a.m. in our western counties, and then closer to, I'd say, like 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, entering into the metro area. And this should be a cluster of thunderstorms that should be pretty narrow. So let's first go over what has changed. So here's what we're expecting. What we've changed here is a small risk for severe weather early in the morning. And you're going to see me actually change this on the fly because even more model data has come in since I last edited this this afternoon. So I'm going to change this to actually, it's over here, this keyboard, midnight to 7 a.m. And midnight, I think, is a little early, but it gives you a little more lead time there. So a small risk overnight into early tomorrow morning. That is going to be, I think, our main event with these showers and storms, at least the better potential for a severe storm or two. And then keep in mind that we're not talking about widespread severe weather with this, just a couple sneaky thunderstorms that may present themselves for the morning commute. Wind does remain the main threat. There is a very small tornado risk. It's one of those where it's not zero, but it's not much higher than that. But there are a couple ingredients that are there that would hint at a brief spin-up tornado. But wind definitely is going to be the main issue with anything that forms. And the way it's looking right now, we may actually dry out for much of the day. And then as we head into the evening, rain takes over as our main threat. So the second round here, I've changed this a little bit. Now about 3 p.m. to 10 p.m., there may be an isolated storm risk in our southern counties, south of 40 for sure, closer to the Alabama border. And I'll show you why I think that here coming up in just a few minutes. I want to show you a couple other things there. That sounded very broadcasty. Coming up in a few minutes. I didn't mean for it to be that way. But I will show you why here. But I want to kind of get through some of the general stuff that we've got. So again, 2 rounds. First one coming in 12 midnight tonight through about 7 a.m. That one is emerging as the front runner for the best chance of seeing a strong thunderstorm. Then we have a second chance That's going to be much more isolated. You may not see very much activity in the afternoon hours for Friday. Much of the day could be dry. And then as we head into the evening hours, I'd say after about 7, 8 p.m. through the overnight, we're going to shift more into a heavy rain threat rather than a severe weather threat. Severe weather chances will remain pretty low between 7 p.m. and midnight. And then after that, into early Saturday morning, I don't think severe weather is really going to be a problem for us. So there is a flood watch that's in effect. This will be from Friday morning to Saturday morning. We'll get some heavy pockets of rain early in the day with that first line that's coming through during the commute. But it does look like the better chance for heavy rain will come in late Friday into Saturday. The Storm Prediction Center has also lessened our overall severe weather risk for Friday, which is good news. We're all under a level 1 out of 5 risk. I'll back this out a little bit. You can see there is a level 2 that exists, but it is south. And that's just because there's more storm energy in our southern counties as we go through overnight and more so into the afternoon tomorrow. So Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, these are going to be areas that have a little bit better chance of seeing some strong to severe thunderstorms. Okay, let's walk through future track first. So this is going to give us a general timeline for storms. So we take you through tonight. And remember, we were watching just moments ago the line that is off to our west. So this one right here does have some severe weather attached to it up in Illinois. The Storm Prediction Center was talking about this area, by the way, up in Illinois, stretching into the Boot Heel of Missouri for a possible watch, but they're saying right now it's unlikely. Storms are kind of struggling, especially south of where these warnings are, more into southern Illinois, western Kentucky, and into the Boot Heel of Missouri. They're struggling to get together. So that's good news for us. But there's still, a little bit of instability or just a little bit of wind left over for the overnight that we'll want to keep an eye on things. All right, so let's walk you through Future Track. And I will take you through midnight tonight, and then I'll take some of your comments here. I'm just gonna go through a couple of these and see if anybody has any questions. So overnight tonight, we are looking at this line to approach us from the west. So here's 3 o'clock in the morning. So we get a little bit closer to about 5, 6 a.m. This is where we're seeing the potential for a couple strong thunderstorms. So within this line, damaging wind gusts, a very low chance of a spin up or brief tornado exists, and some pockets of heavy rain. The unfortunate thing is we're talking about morning commute time. So between 3, 4 o'clock, all the way through 7, 8, and even 9, we've got these pockets of rain that'll be moving through with this first wave of storms. So this clears out, and this is noon. Then we get into the afternoon. That's fairly quiet. So yesterday we were looking at the potential of that main wave coming in the afternoon, but now a lot of the models are starting to back off of that, and it's basically split it into two. So we have that morning wave and then another wave coming in late. With that second wave, I don't think the severe weather threat is going to be as much of a problem as we go into early Saturday, where I do think we could see a stray strong thunderstorm in the afternoon. It would be in our southern counties here. So Lincoln, Moore, Franklin County, Giles County, over towards Lawrence County, perhaps a stray, and Wayne County too, perhaps a stray strong thunderstorm in the late afternoon and early evening. So notice here as we get into 7 that we've got another kind of lull in activity, and then we get into overnight. Here's 10 o'clock, midnight, and then overnight here, better chances of rain picking up. This is Saturday morning, 6 a.m. Some moderate pockets here and there, and it looks like the rain will continue kind of light to scattered as we get into midday on Saturday. I'm going to put a keyframe right there. And then I'm seeing this actually with fresh eyes. This is a new model run that just came in. By about 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, we start to clear things out. And in previous runs, it was hinting at maybe a few flurries, but I don't see that as much anymore. So we do dry out. Looks like we're drying out here. As we zoom out, you can see more of that snow chance as well north of us up in the Great Lakes. But you can easily see where that front is pushing through as we get into Saturday morning, but then drying out as we head into Saturday night. So uh, rain will be a concern as we get through late Friday into Saturday, but the severe weather potential remains fairly low as we go through overnight. Now, this is the latest as far as how much rain we could see, and these totals have come down a little bit, so that's good to see. But I would still keep our guard up, especially going through the overnight in our southern counties and communities. Tullahoma, McMinnville, Lewisburg. This is one model run, remember, so we could see it go up again as we get more into the overnight hours. I still think it's possible we could get good 1 to 2 inches, perhaps a few pockets of 3 inches of rain. That 2 to 3 inch range is going to be more in our southern counties, closer to the Alabama border. And that'll be late on Friday night into Saturday. So to recap, if you've just joined us, it looks like now that our morning line, there's going to be a narrow line of thunderstorms coming through tomorrow morning, beginning midnight tonight through about 7 a.m. That one is now emerging as the main problem for anything that may be strong to severe. Most of us look to stay dry through the afternoon on Friday. An isolated stray storm is possible in our southern counties for tomorrow afternoon. And then we have more of a widespread chance for rain as we head into early Saturday morning. I'm going through some comments here. I don't see too many comments or questions, at least. Jamal saying you could hear you. So thank you, Jamal, for confirming that. Just good to know. And William saying hi. Cheryl saying hi. And again, Tracy saying good evening. Gail, once again, thanks for tuning in here. So that's what we've got as far as what we're expecting time-wise. I wanted to show you why I'm not expecting as much as we go through the day tomorrow and then into the evening. So when we look for severe weather potential, and there's several ingredients that it takes for severe weather to occur, but one of the main sticking points, or one of the main magic numbers that we're looking for, is in our dew point. And the dew point is the measure of how much moisture is in the air. 60 degrees is typically the magic number for strong to severe thunderstorms to flourish. Anything below 60, they really tend to struggle to form. So when we look for severe storm development or potential, we look at dew points a lot of times. So we're taking a look at our dew points through the overnight. And notice as we head into the overnight hours, we've got this little surge of moisture. Thanks to the approaching front, we've got a little jet coming in as well, and that's helping to push more moisture our way. So this is 2 a.m., tomorrow morning, right on the border of 60 degrees. We get a little bit later in the morning, 3, 4, 5 o'clock, and those numbers are nudging up. So we have some moisture available. May not feel like it right now, but we're expecting a little more moisture to arrive by tomorrow morning, and that will help fuel a couple of these thunderstorms. Watch what happens, though, as we head into the late morning hours. Future track is hinting at a dramatic shift in the available moisture. This would indicate the front that is coming through. So as we go closer to noon, you can clearly see a defining line where thunderstorms would be possible. We'll say strong thunderstorms would be possible east, but those that are in 50 and 40 degree territory, severe weather is not going to thrive there. So this would indicate that our chances for severe weather would be done by noon tomorrow. But note it for some, I will say, but note as we get into the afternoon that it almost stalls out. So our communities in Lewisburg, Lawrenceburg, Tullahoma, Murfreesboro, Columbia, right on that edge, they hover in the low 60s throughout the late part of the afternoon. This is why I think we could potentially have a stray strong thunderstorm in our southern counties as we go through the afternoon and the early evening. Then watch what happens as we get a little bit later in the evening hours, still hovering around 60 degree dew points in Lewisburg to Tullahoma, Nashville. With this model, this what tells me that we don't have chances for severe weather throughout the afternoon. I still would make sure that you're at least aware of the potential until we can give you the all clear. But according to this model, our best chance for anything strong to severe tomorrow afternoon would be in our southern counties. And from some of the other things I've been seeing, I kind of agree with this idea. Notice as we head more towards midnight on Saturday into early Saturday morning, dew points are beginning to crash. So drier air is filtering in. Rain showers will continue for us, but the severe weather threat is no longer a problem for us. So to recap, I would say all of us have a very small risk for severe weather through tomorrow morning, maybe about 9, 10 a.m. And then as we get into the afternoon, I would say for those south of 40, we'll say have a slight chance of a stray strong thunderstorm as we go through the later part of the afternoon and into the early evening hours. And then overnight, we'll continue to see rain into early Saturday morning. But as of right now, and things could still change between now and tomorrow night, as of right now, I don't see severe weather as a big problem for us as we go through late Friday night into early Saturday. So that is our rundown for what we can expect. The main reason I wanted to come on here was just to, again, stress the importance of staying alert through the overnight tonight, as we do have this line that is starting to roll into Tennessee here in the next hour or so into West Tennessee. And then as we get closer to 3, 4 a.m., will be impacting more of Middle Tennessee. That is looks to be now our front runner for anything that may become strong to severe as we head into Friday. And then Friday afternoon, not as much of a concern at this point. Let's see some of the comments here. Will be cold next week from the rain going through. Good question. Yes. Tammy, we are looking at the cold front to come through by Saturday afternoon. So tomorrow we'll be at 70, Saturday we're at 60, and Sunday we're at 40 degrees. So yeah, we're going to feel it. As far as anything wintry next week, I kind of have some thoughts, and I can't say it's a no, but right now there's nothing strong that is popping out for big snow. I think that we do have at least some chances for some flurries, maybe some light snow showers between Monday of next week all the way through the following weekend. There's going to be some colder air. It looks to be coming in. We're going to talk more about that coming up at the 9 o'clock news. But I want to get through this severe weather event first before we really dive into that possibility. But at this point, it's not a no that we could see some winter weather. Yeah, Tammy was just asking. I could see that your comment there. Sarah, thanks for tuning in, and Lee, thanks for tuning in too. Again, this is what we're doing here for tonight. So I think we'll just continue to monitor this line. The good news is, again, the Storm Prediction Center is seeing what I'm seeing. The storms are really struggling to our west to perk up. But as we get into the overnight, sometimes we get a little help from some higher wind gusts above us, and that can help fuel a couple isolated strong thunderstorms, and that's possible, I think, as we go through the early morning hours. So meteorologist Brett Luna will be with you tomorrow morning as Greg Bobus is enjoying some time off. So Brett has you covered in the morning hours. Make sure you stay tuned with him as we go through the morning tomorrow, and then even into the afternoon. I would just stay weather aware. It does look like, though, we're getting more into a break for the afternoon hours with more rain and a potential isolated flash flood threat as we head more into early Saturday morning. I think I'll leave it at that. I'm going to fine tune a few more things before the 9 o'clock news tonight. But thanks so much for tuning in this evening, guys, and hope you're having a good Thursday night, gearing up for a nice weekend. We'll see you all tonight at 9.